Hi, welcome to TouchPoints TV. I'm Debbie House, Editor-in-Chief of Retail TouchPoints, and I'm here today with Dave Sikora, who's the founder and CEO of Digby. Welcome to you.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you again. Yeah,
so we're here at the first day of Shop.org in Chicago, and we're going to talk mobile right now.
Right.
So we're just going to get right into it because we have some really interesting topics that I think our viewers are going to want to hear about.
Right.
So the first one has to do with the role of mobile in retailers' loyalty strategies, and where are you seeing that going right now?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and you know, our whole philosophy at Digby is that the loyalty program for a retailer is evolving. And that evolution is really accelerating because of mobile, and that our view is that the retailer's branded mobile app is really the next generation loyalty card, if you will. I mean, we don't want to call it a card, we just, call it that because that's what everyone is so familiar with, a card, right? And that at some point, retailers are going to stop printing plastic loyalty cards, and ultimately, I think they're going to stop printing plastic payment cards as well, branded payment cards. That's probably the next generation. But for now, we see that the branded mobile app is really rapidly becoming the epicenter of the retailer's loyalty program.
So are you finding that? I know that sometimes retailers will say, we have people who download our app and then will use it once or twice and then not use it. What are your recommendations?
It's a great question, and what we found is that the first generation of the branded app was really nothing more than a shell wrapped around the mobile website. So it was mostly for searching, browsing, and buying, and I think what consumers figured out is, hey, I can do that from the browser, from my mobile device, so why do I need an app? So there was nothing really special about the app, and so I think what's happened is the retailers are now saying, wait a minute, this is our 24/7 opportunity to engage with these customers, many of whom are our best customers. And so let's start ratcheting up the kinds of things that we can do from an engagement perspective. Let's make it really valuable for that consumer to have our app on their device. Let's, send them really relevant contextual messages. Let's, give them some really exciting offers. And I think we're now evolving into that next generation of engagement activities.
So that leads us to our next question, which is about new emerging technologies, and localization technologies are coming into play. What are the issues around implementing those? I mean, it'll help retailers personalize their messaging, but are there issues around privacy that retailers should be thinking about, and what are the other issues?
Well, yeah, a lot of really exciting things happening there, and we're in the center of that because that's what we effectively have, a location-based engagement platform. That's what we do, and so with mobility accelerating the way it has, and the various location technologies that are available, this creates really an unprecedented opportunity for brands and retailers to touch their customers, right, anywhere, anytime, and so with that power comes responsibilities, and so one of the great things, back to the branded application discussion we had earlier, one of the great things about the branded app approach is that's 100% opt-in. It really gives the consumer a choice to say, I really want these messages from this brand because I really love this brand, or I don't want any messages, or I just want a few messages. So it gives the consumer control. So I think as we see these location technologies further develop and evolve, that brands and retailers are going to have to take advantage of that power. They're going to have to embrace the responsibility of how they engage with those best customers.
And now there's more of an ability to reach shoppers, for example, when they're in the store, and identify what items they may be looking at, what aisles they're in. Should retailers be thinking about embracing those kinds of abilities?
Absolutely, and you bring up what is commonly we refer to in the industry is microlocation technologies, technologies that enable retailers to engage inside of a store, inside of a building. And so here again, tremendous opportunities that they can, through various technologies, whether it's through Wi-Fi triangulation or Bluetooth low energy beacons that they install inside the store. Tremendous power to know that Debbie is in the women's department, and not only know that you're there with the device, but they also have your buying history, how frequently you visit the store, and so tremendous engagement opportunities by embracing these technologies, but it's still early. So our advice is to pursue these opportunities and try, be aggressive, run fast, and find things that work.
You just have to be careful not to cross the line, like we were talking about earlier.
That's absolutely right. It's a big responsibility, and really understand and embrace that responsibility. Give your consumers the choice and the power to accept the engagement opportunities that you want to bring to them.
So, and one more topic that, of course, we could talk about all day and all night: payments. What are your predictions for when mobile payments will saturate the marketplace?
Well, I love talking about payments. It's a fun topic, and everyone keeps wondering what's going to happen. And I'll use a customer example. So we happen to have a customer who has between 25 and 30 million unique holders of their credit card. And they also have a branded mobile application, and that app today has under 1 million users. And so their internal view is that in 4 to 5 years, their total available market for their mobile app are those 30 million people who have their credit card. And so they're going to spend the next 4 or 5 years working towards getting those consumers that have their credit card to embrace their app. And ultimately, that's how they see in-store payments being made. And I think, we all don't have to look any further than Starbucks. And Starbucks is doing a really good job of plowing new ground and creating some real innovation out there. It's the only retailer I go to now where I know I can leave my wallet home. I can just go, I can bring my smartphone, and I can use that to make a payment.
Get your coffee.
Exactly, and I think, but that's where I think payments, loyalty, mobile applications, I think we're going to see a confluence of all of those over the next 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5, that's your prediction.
It's going to really accelerate, yeah.
Excellent.
And it's not, I don't think it's going to be a winner-take-all scenario. If you look at the payments industry now, it's a very complicated industry structure. It's an oligopoly. You have Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and then a multitude of players like First Data and others. And so it's such a fragmented business because it's extremely complex. I do believe that mobility is going to enable to have a transfer of more power into the retailer's hands away from the payments providers.
Well, it's an exciting time in retail over the next few years, so
very much
we're all
so.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. Have a great day.